Well, welcome back. Cronzilla, hey. Well, good to see you here. Let's dive into some Cbetting on the flop and use the bucket tool this time around. It has enjoyed a host of updates since the last time we used it, and I figured why not check out the new functionality that it offers. So let's actually check some things out, alright? So in the past, getting post-flop situations into the bucket tool used to be pretty complicated. Actually, not quite sure what these icons are. Let's see. Save library, clean range. Okay, cool. So obviously you can set up your spots the old way by putting action ranges in here, loading the ranges, setting up a flop, all that jazz. But things have gotten much easier since then. And let's check this out. All right, so first of all, you have some tabs up here which are new. You can set up spots for cash games, for MTTs, which is amazing, although MTTs only go to 50 BB stacks right now. And the rest of this window I'll show you in a moment. And GG Poker Cash, I think that is for the Russian Cash game on GG. I think they have that because the mastermind obviously has this black card program for GG Poker. That doesn't really matter. They have it. Anywho, it's neat to see that we can dive into MTT situations. I wonder if we're gonna get deeper spots as well with 100 BB. Although, in fairness, you know, once a MTT has gone on for a while, you're not gonna be sitting on 100 BB very often. Jubilate. So welcome back, sir. Right, so let's set up a spot, and I'll show you how it works. So I want to check out some Cbetting post-flop, right? A disclaimer, I only checked the new version out for 5 minutes, so it's going to be a learning process for me as well. Right, so let's go with a late position raise, and okay, so here, dealer, those are the blinds. We are gonna go for PLO 500, just rake profile, just because all the post-flop situations right now that are available in the mastermind are for PLO 500. So, and now you set up your situation. Let's say we want to open in the cutoff and we want to have the button call, right? Which means under the gun folds, MP folds, we raise pot. This guy calls. For some reason, the blinds decide to fold, and now we get to select the flop, right? And it seems to be a good number of flops. So let's see, what would be a spicy flop? Let's go with the dry board first, the 7-3 deuce. Okay, so now we selected, now we need to double click. All right, cool. And I guess one nice thing to pick up here right away is that the bet size out of position would be 3/4, something I did wrong in the last couple of weeks, since after the Thalo stream I was kind of confused when it came to the Cbetting bet sizes, but doesn't really matter right now. All right, cool. So now we set this up, we could go further and we could say, like, if we check what would the button do here, but let's imagine we're this guy, we're the cutoff here, and this is the spot where our decision is at right now. Yeah. Exactly. Also, out of position it's nice to have a lower SPR since it diminishes the positional advantage the button has. So I think that's also one of the reasons to Cbet larger. All right, so long story short, we set up our spot. This is the situation we want to look at. What do we do as the cutoff now? So we go on download, and it should set up now. Perfect. So obviously this used to be the bucket tool, somewhat unfortunately named I thought, and they apparently thought so too, renamed it the PLO Trainer. Anywho, we could add buckets, right? Which is basically strength buckets. Like we could filter for wraps, we could filter for overpairs, for trips, not trips, for set in this case. Whatever, we're not gonna do that for now. Just for consistency's sake, since we're not raising, we're betting, I'm gonna rename this. And this is pretty much all there is to it. Now we set up the spot. And the bucket tool selected random 50 hands. We could select new hands. But for now, that is fine by us. There seem to be some new options down here, which I haven't looked into. Fair enough. We could right away limit our hands to things that maybe are a little bit marginal if we select a lower EV value here. Don't really need to do any of that for now. Okay, and that's it. Now we are now spot. Now we have the quiz rolling off, basically asking us what do we do here. And to that effect, let me set up the poll. And right, so option 1 would be to check, option 2 would be to bet 75%, and if you want to participate, just put 1 or 2, the corresponding number here, into the chat, and the bot will count it, or the poll will count it. By the way, the music might be a tad loud for the study stream, right? Let me take it down a notch here. Right, so what do we have here? For gutter, we have 2 backdoor flush draws. Tonic, hey, welcome back, going with the bet. Kind of like it, I guess. We block, obviously we don't block a pair, but we block a bunch of stuff that could raise, a bunch of draws. So I actually dig it. And we can probably still call if we get raised, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. That's where it gets murky. That's postpone that question for a second. And let's go with 2 as well, I think. Sounds good to me. And that's okay. You can see it's a very much a mixed approach. It shows you, nicely enough, it shows you your expected value. So checking has a minusculely, is that, can you, a tiny bit higher EV. Let's rephrase it like that. All right, now does it show the poll results? Yeah, it does show them down here. All right, cool. I wonder, like, if you get raised here, I think we have to fold, right? It's not the gutter, the 2 backdoor flush draws. What do you guys think? Imagine we bet and we get raised. Like, let's say we get raised 75% again. My guess would be we have to fold. Like, give us a pair and the gutter and the backdoors. That's probably more than enough then. If you don't have to flush with more, check the array. That's actually a good takeaway, yeah. Tonic says call a raise. Plenty of turns you like. That's a good point, yeah. That is a good, you know what, I didn't think about that. It's not just, you make an excellent point. It's not just a 5, obviously, which gives us, which would be the Jesus card. It's also a 6, a 9, a 10, an 8, a diamond. Like any of these cards in diamonds or spades would be stellar. That's an excellent point. Thank you for denudifying me there, Tonic. And Jubilee is saying if he, actually let's check out suit. That's a good, if you don't have the flush draw, it's more of a check than a bet. Well, there is no flush draw to be had right now, so checking out suit variations is not going to be helpful. Sometimes you have a freezing bad card on the turn. A lot of good cards for us. Freezing, like something that freezes the action. Hey, I'll call you up on that, Tonic. If you watch me play it, then you know I need it. All right, let's move on to the next one. Absolutely nothing cooking here. At first glance, at least. And we have a gutter and a backdoor flush draw. I mean, it is as dry a board as possible, so maybe sometimes betting is a pure bluff with a gutter. Cronzilla, you and me too. I mean, it's gonna highlight some of my leaks, which is of course the entire point of this whole undertaking. To highlight those leaks and, you know, plug them. So I'm gonna go with the check option here. I think this is a bit too thin, but maybe sometimes bet. Now, whenever I think about betting or checking, I always hear Othello from the street like, oh, how could you check here? You need to bet. And Tonic, apparently, a Othello disciple. Goes with the bet, huh? So we have one outlier there. We have a bet. Let's see how that ends up. And it is actually very much mixed. So betting has a higher EV here. So this is a dry board and pretty much no draws. The draws that are there we do block, having the 4 and the ace. i.e. the wheel draws, the straight draws. So yeah, it's actually more of a bet than I initially thought. Which is again the whole point of this whole undertaking. Cool. Alright. So we have a pair and a backdoor flush draw. And lots of mixing when you put them into the solver. Yeah, that's true. I guess we can up the threshold here later on to maybe have less mixed thingies happening, I believe. And we block over pairs. That's also in the last hand. Yeah, ace king 10. That's an excellent point. I didn't think of that. Tonic going for the bet. I will join you in that. I didn't consider that. You're right. We do block over pairs. Everybody betting pretty unanimous here. All right. And betting is fine. It's a bit more of a check. Not sure if this is to protect our checking range. I don't think so with thrust a pair and triple spades. I do wonder without the 6 if it... Let's see, can we figure that out? I think we can, right? Let's move this out of the way for a moment. So we have the ace 10 7 6. Let's go with the ace 10 9 7 here. Ace 10 9 7. And I think we can go for... Oh god, where's my syntax file? Can we just do this? Spades, spades. Spades? Yeah. Okay, so that does make a difference. It's not a big difference, but... By the way, let me know if the music is annoying for Study Stream. I can just turn it off. I'm just noticing I turned down my headphones. Actually, I'll turn it down a little bit more. Just have it as a background thingy here. Right, so... Not having the 6 does make a little bit of a difference. And it lowers the betting frequency slightly. Actually, not that slightly. If you take... that's a good part. Actually, what, like a 12-13% reduction in Cbetting frequency, something like that? Okay. Cool. I was just curious about that. Mixed strat with almost all of these. Yeah, that's actually... Tonic, I think you're gonna be right. We can jump on over to a new board in a few hands. By the way, I should probably put this on screen so I don't have to repeat it every once in a while. If you have a board in mind, like as long as it fits to the theme of Cbetting post today, if you have a board in mind, let me know, and we'll check it out. King Jack 10, interesting one to me. It's one where I'm never 100% sure. So, we do have a backdoor flush draw. None of the cards from the board, but I am gonna say we're gonna bet here. Just this is not a board where we're gonna get raised all that often, and if we do get raised here, such a dry board. In the micros, honestly, I'm not claiming this is going to be GTO, what follows, but honestly, in the micros, if I get raised on this board, I'll probably fold it, to be honest. But there's not... People tend to be mostly honest when it comes to raising and check raising in the micros. Tonic going with protecting your checking range certainly might be a good thought. Also, we don't have any board from the pair. We don't block any draws, so you can certainly see the argument for checking. Yeah, we have no card that has any bearing on this board. Not a lot besides the backdoor flush draw. Yeah, I mean right now we probably have the best hand a lot, but yeah, on the other hand, on this board, it's gonna stay good quite often as well. I would assume heads up. All right, I'm gonna go with the majority here. 2-1 lead for the check. A lot of bad cards in return. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're certainly not gonna like an ace. Not gonna like a 4, a 5, a 6. It's probably not a 7 either. Oh, damn it, the Nightbot. Okay, I'll tame that later. Okay, and that's absolutely correct. There's not much mixing going on here, even though the EV is pretty similar. But yeah, though all of those are pretty sad cards too. The 8 as well, yeah. So EV-wise, it is slightly higher, but I think it's a combination of the things you put out there, Jugolet. Not a lot beside the backdoor flush draw, a lot of bad turn cards, and protecting our checking range. Because we can comfortably call any bet, obviously, and reevaluate turns. Okay, let's do like 5 more on this board and then check a different board. In the meantime, if you want, you can think of a board you would like to investigate. So here we have absolutely nothing but a backdoor flush draw. We do have that 6. Check call seems an option with that hand. With the king jack. Oh, yeah, I'd never fold this against a single bet. Heads up here. I think. Oh, start. I didn't start the poll. Okay, there you go. I don't know. I wouldn't be. Tonic going for the bet. Just thinking about it, maybe since we have absolutely nothing, might make a good spot to fire a 1 bet, try to take it down. I'm probably gonna go with the check, but I'll be interested in this one. Honestly, at runtime, now after the Thallo stream, I probably would bet here a lot. I'm not claiming that's right. I'm not even claiming that's what Thallo was telling me in the stream. You know, lest this falls back on him. All right. Might be a stealing spot, yeah? Are you serious? I assume you direct this question at the solver, in which the answer is yeah. But welcome to the channel, mate. Yeah, we are out of position right now. With the prefer bracer, it's cutter versus button, and out of position the Cbetting size is 75%, a lot in the single race part. All right. Yeah, actually no betting here, but yeah, Chocolat, I agree. I would bet here sometimes, sure. Maybe more than sometimes. Again, not claiming that's correct. Just saying that's what I would do. King Jack 5. This is going to be pretty straightforward, I think. Not going to spend too much time on this one. What did I say? 5 more, so 3 more after this one. But Jeff, we're gonna check out another board where we're out of position and see if the bet size changes in a single race pot. I don't think it will. Yeah, just gonna be a check, I think. Holy shit, this one is different. I want because let's okay, so here we don't have any backdoor equity at all, basically. I wonder if the 5 makes a difference. We're gonna check that out in a moment. So we had a different king. Let me move this over here for a second. We had a different king jack 10. This one had a backdoor flush draw. And this one got checked. It is a nicer connected hand, but I don't think that matters too much on this board. Is it just a backdoor flush draw that makes all the difference? All right, let's check 2 things here. Confirmed solvers in it, right? All right, so we have king. Hang on, I need to bring up the syntax file for a moment. I have it somewhere here. Syntax, there you go. Oh, you know what? We can actually do that easier. We do have the suit variations. Check that out first. Let's see if any of them get c-bet more. Okay, so that's the solver thing where we've seen that a lot of times where like there's one if you have the hearts, which is the one suit that is not on the board, the solver uses that one to bet a lot. If you have 2 of them or 3 of them, we've seen that in the past. But I'm curious if like legit flush draws show up here at some point. This one would be the first one, right? It's a backdoor flush draw, okay. Yeah, so if you have a backdoor flush draw, we can bet a lot. Let's see, Jugulet, what do you say? Hey, Lion Hippie, good to see you, man. Mate, man. That was a mix of mate and man, I guess. Do you have a range that you can arrange so you can simulate playing against a player? I don't think so. You would have... Well, you could technically do that, but you have to set up those ranges and those simulations yourself using the solver, and then you could import them. Gorski, you have to create a couple of buckets to see patterns. That's... Yeah, thank you. We'll do that. It used to be called the bucket tool, so we will actually use some buckets here. That's a good point, yeah. Like if a 70, 80, yeah, you could, but yeah, what I just said applies. I think you have to set that up yourself. So one last thing I want to check out is if we have the king. So hang on, this one was bet nearly 50-50, right? Let's give us the king jack. Like the 9, maybe? And what was the syntax for rainbow? Oh, right. There you go. Oh, it does make a difference. If you have the 5 blocking the wheel, we bet significantly more often than if we have a sidecar that doesn't connect to the board at all. Gorski, yeah, let's use some buckets for the next spot we're gonna set up. That's a good point. Keep in mind, this is the first study stream I've done in a while. It'll take me a while to get back into the swing of things, so I appreciate all the suggestions. I really do. So, where's the thingy? Here's the thingy. Okay, let's do 2 more hands on this board and then select a different board. Again, if you want to see a specific board, let me know. Here we have nothing, but well, that's not true. We have a pair and 2 backdoor flush draws. It's actually going to be interesting. At least it's going to be interesting to me. Go with it. I was gonna go with that, and then I thought better of it, so I'm gonna join you with checking here. I will be interested to see if there's any mixing going on. Gorski going with the bet. Alright, let's see. Holy shit, this is not even close. Nice. Well done, Gorski. Check out some suit variations. The dotted out card here is a queen. It's something to do with the setup on my computer. It's nothing to do with the bucket tool itself. Where do we start betting? I think the high frequencies are all gonna be the 2 backdoor flush draws, right? Okay, so that's just a c-bet with a pair and the 2 backdoor flush draws. Cool. Reggie, Rob, hey, good to see you. Glad to see you made it to a study stream, man. It is nice seeing you here, my friend. If you want to see some no-limit tournaments being played by a very nice gentleman who knows what he's talking about, check out Richie Rob's channel. All right, one more. And then we set up a different spot. Here we have absolutely nothing. Except the backdoor flush draw and trips in triple. Could be a good candidate to bet, I guess. Oh, I need to edit your command, I'm just noticing, since you can't stream with no delay anymore. You're getting too famous for that. I'm gonna go with the check, I think. Although, might make a good bluffing candidate, just trying to take it down. Holding the 6 is somewhat helpful, I guess. Block some 7s by proxy. Something like 9-7, 10-7. Maybe it's a bet sometimes. No. At least not in Solverland. Alright, let's set up a... So we were wrong once. That was the... Gorski was the only one with the correct answer here with the Queen Jack 10 deuce hand we just had. Alright. And we could also, which is a nice feature, we could also use this restart wrong button where it would, like after you've done a quiz of like whatever, how many hands you selected, in our case 50. Always, Richie. Always my pleasure. Then you could restart wrong, which goes through the same hands and only asks you again about the ones where you chose wrong. Just sort of like emphasizing the spots where I made a mistake and get to look into those again. Cool. It's a neat feature. All right, so let's set up a different flop. I think we have to set the entire situation up anew, which is what we're gonna do, right? And we're gonna... We probably don't have to delete this. This makes sense. Gorski. All right, we'll do that. Thank you. Thank you. Will do. Will do. Yeah, it's been a while since I used the bucket tool. Appreciate that. Oh, it still has the situation saved. That's awesome. So we can just go back here and select a different flop. Awesome. Only pure better check. All right, cool. Yeah, let's do that. Or make it like 90. Yeah, no, let's actually go with 100. Yeah, it makes things much easier. All right, so we have a bunch of boards here. Anything jumps out to you where you go like, oh, I need to see this, then let me know. Otherwise, I'll pick something. Maybe something like this. A flush board. You say like a mono board? Oh, spades are hard. Okay, yes, sure. All right, let's go with King Jack 9 then. King Queen. Okay, sure. I asked, so I'm gonna adhere to your wishes. King Queen 8. Yeah, it's a little less connected. Might be a bit more interesting. There you go. All right, and then download this. No idea how to play modern. Well, there was one takeaway from the Thalos stream that was that we bet there a lot, and I wonder what the. Oh, now it's betting 50. It's the solver is betting 50% out of position. I think in position we bet 25. Maybe we'll check this. You know what? I do want to check this out right away, and I do have a second instance of the solver open, just for my own curiosity, which is also a point of the stream for me. I am curious. Just what the bet sizing is going to be. Fold, raise, call, fold, fold. Any mono board will do. He checks and... Oh, bets 1/2 as well. Was I thinking of 3-bet pots? Hang on. Apologies if this is not... Oh, we can't go back further than that, huh? Ugh. Yes, we can, can't we? Alright, I'll satisfy that part of my own curiosity later on then. No, don't need to close it. Alright, cool. So. Some buckets maybe. Oh, choose buckets. Alright, cool. So the board we have is King, Queen, 8... Yes. What was he? Flush draw. Well, not flush draw. Flush draw we can't have. We can have a flush and not flush. So that's not really sure what buckets to choose here, to be honest. I'll leave them out of it for now. And if you guys can come up with some buckets that you think would be interesting, let me know. We'll do the... Where's it at? The threshold selection thingy. See it right here on the right. And let's go with 100 actually, yep. That way we don't have any mixed things. I think we need to refresh hands for that, I'm not sure. Alright, so with the flush. Sets 2 pairs, as a blocker, etc. Alright, cool. We'll add them after this hand. Although I think this one is going to be relatively straightforward. Cool, Ghost, appreciate the input, man. Or lady, never know. Yeah, I think this should be pretty obvious. I don't think we're ever betting here. Although, you know what? We do have the second nuts. I actually didn't consider that. Second nuts we might. It's like flopping the king high flush on an... yeah. It's the second nut flush. Yeah. It's a good question. It is a bet. It is a check, okay. But I do believe we start firing on the turn here if checked around on the flop. Alright. Oh, we already have some buckets here. I didn't even notice that. Can we change it right here? No, but we can select or deselect them. So let's choose the buckets. Probably with no pair blocker, it's a high frequency bet. It's a good point, yeah. Yeah, honestly didn't think of that we don't block any pair. Good point. So, what did you say? Sidegasm, hey! Thank you very much for the host, Sidegasm. How are you doing, my lady? Hope all is well with you. Right, so you said... where's it? Sets 2 pair. Yeah, do we have 2 pair already? 2 pair. Straight draw, I guess. All right, let's use those. Good to hear, Sidegasm. Yeah, I am. the vacation did wonders for me. Okay, so now we have some buckets applied. The threshold stays the same. All right. It did. It was just what the doctor ordered. Spent 2 weeks not really thinking about poker, not really thinking about streaming or anything. It was a nice, not that it got too much before that, but it was a nice change of pace and a nice break from things. So, I think what's going to be interesting here is sets are going to be interesting. This is probably just going to be a check. What do we do? Yeah. Hey, Batch, good to see you. That's okay. Not a big surprise. So we have a pair and nothing else cooking at all. Should just be a check. For some of you, this might not be the most interesting stream, but for me, it certainly is going to be, since Cbetting on the flop was my the source of the most comments on the Thello stream from Thello about things I should be doing differently. So, check 100%. Do you want to maybe change the threshold a little bit? Oh, nah. I think through some of them, I don't know, you guys let me know, but some of these are going to become pretty clear. And I think if I don't do a poll, that's actually my question. Like, should I be doing a poll for all of these? Let me know. But because I think we're going to see patterns a little bit quicker if I just check through some of them or bet through some of them, as the case might be. But I highly expect, you know, that there's not going to be a shocker here. It's just going to be a check as well. I think. I mean, sometimes I have been surprised in the past, but let me know. What do you guys think? Skip easy ones, yeah. Cool. Gonna have a poll on this one, but I think it's gonna be pretty straightforward as well. We actually would be very surprised if it's not a check. Not a lot of betting on mono, but that's actually a good point, Jugule, yeah. So let's go through some of them. Check here. Mainly, I guess sets would be interesting. Let's actually do that. Not flush. Pair, 2 pairs, straight draw. Let's go with these. Just want to go through some sets really quickly here. Let's just set in 2 pair. Okay, cool. Mainly because out of position. Oh, that's a good point. We can jugulate. Let's use the same board and switch it up to being in position there a little later. That's an excellent point. Here, 3 pair. Would this be a thing that we want to bet? This one I'm gonna open up to the poll. Pair, huh? I mean, if there's a hand that we, besides sets and flushes, that we maybe want to bet, although flushes we mostly probably don't. So it's probably going to be sets that we're going to bet here a lot, with or without flush blockers. Does this one make the cut? here. You know what? I'm going to be the outlier. I'm going to say we bet. Looks like I'm staying alone in that. All right. I'm already going with the check. And it is a bet. Hey, good for me. I honestly, but there's not a sophisticated reasoning behind that. I mainly thought like it's basically sets that we're betting here. I think we're gonna see that in a moment. And that's a really narrow range, right? So this one maybe might make the cut, and turns out it does. Whew. All right, let's go through a few more then. That was more set with blocker. Not sure what you mean, Jugule. So here, I wonder if you bet this one holding the king, blocking our own outs. I don't know, honestly. So I'm gonna put a poll up for this one as well. Jugule, I can't figure that out. Thought was more set with blocker to Cbet. 50% is there. A spelling. Oh, you mean was there a spelling error there? Did you try to say thought it was more of a bet with a blocker? Because the set with blocker kind of confusing me. Last hand, yeah, okay, that part I get. While I wait for clarification, with the blocker, maybe we wanna check this one. Yeah, we're gonna go through a few set hands and then check out the same board in position. And for most of these set hands, we're not gonna have a poll, I think. But for this one, where we have the king as well, I'm slightly curious if we might want to check this one. I can easily call any bet, right? It might be a decent candidate to protect our checkback range, which on this board, honestly, is pretty protected, I guess, since we're checking a lot of flops, a lot of flushes. Badge come with the bet. And this one is a check with the king. Interesting. Let's see. What is it? Let's go with ace, queen, queen, jack then. And it's the same even. Okay, then let's... Frauschwein, that's actually nice to see you here, sir. Let me add that to the study spot. We are the cutoff, and we're in the we're the hero in the cutoff and out of position versus button call, single raised pot. I'll add that to the overlay. There you go. That's a good point. Yes. Gorski, you have it perfectly correct. All right, let's go through a few more of these hands we selected with the buckets. And maybe I'm not going to put up a poll for most of them, since I want to see... let's see if we can find some patterns. Could we have ourselves calling a pot raise pre-flop instead of raising first? Yeah, sure. Let's be in position and be the pre-flop caller. And have a check to us on the flop. That sounds good. Let's do that. Okay, so pretty much the same story here, where we block our own outs. Let's go through a few of these. Here we have 3 pair again. This was a bet, right? So color raise, I would assume. 2 pair. Okay, this one I'm going to open up to a poll, since I'm a little bit uncertain myself. I mean, not in the sense as to what I would do. I would check, but I'm uncertain if that is the right approach. Yeah, Jogole, we're gonna click through. I'm gonna try to go through a few hands here quickly, and then we go do exactly what you suggested. Sounds good to me. So, do I have to hold up? I think I do. Do I? Wait, why is this not working? Hang on, maybe I should... I need to restart the poll. There you go. Probably check our ranges best here. Yeah, Gorski, that's an excellent point. We're gonna go through most hands here really quickly now. We only have 7% Cbet. Yeah. Point. So we're not gonna linger too long here. Bet with the bet. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's see. It is 100% check. Let's go through a few more here. Personally, I would bet. Let's see if that's right. That is indeed not the case. King, queen. Three pair. So three pair get bet. Basically, is one takeaway. Sets get checked pretty much always. Let's see this one as well. Is there any sets that we bet? Let's actually, I'm inquiring minds want to know. Just want to check really quickly if there are any sets that we're betting here. Okay, so interesting enough, we're absolutely crushing the board we're betting here. Wow. You know, this one I would have checked since we got it all. Interesting. All right, looks like you hit the nail right on the head, Gorski. This is not a super interesting board to check out, since even all the sets get bet. So basically, the Uber sets get checked. Sorry, the Uber sets get bet. Like the kings with the nut flush that we had. I wonder the kings with an ace of... Oh, we have one coming up. Let's check this one out with the ace of spades. All of these are checked. Right. Didn't we just have this one? So this one would then be a bet again. Right. Check. And that's the last one I'm interested in. This one here with the ace blocker. You really need to crush the board. Why do we check sets and Cbet? Three pair. Kosovo says so, yeah. Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? I guess just so we have some... what's the word? Some diversity in our range, maybe, if that A makes sense and B is applicable. I'm guessing as well. So here, do we? Let's see. Actually, this one I'm gonna open up to the poll, since this is the exact one I wanted to see, and then we're gonna move on to a slightly different spot. So with the ace blocker. Not flush blocker, do we bet here? And oh, there's actually one last thing I want to check out here. And we're going to do that in just a moment. So it looks like everybody wants to bet here so far. For the record, I do too, but I also would have bet all the sets. And a matter of fact, this, I think, is the advice I had from Thello. Ace blocker is valuable. Unibomber, welcome back. Yeah, it is. The question is it more valuable at a higher SPR situation on later streets? But, I mean, we also have the set, so the top set. So I'm going to go with the bet as well. And let's see. It is a check. It is a check still. Okay. There is one last thing I want to check out on this board. And that is basically hands that have the ace of spades. We can probably filter those a little bit more. So we... Can we sort by... No, we can't. That's a pity. Can sort by frequencies, huh? So far we're betting... let's see. Let me take a look at the syntax here. This is purely for my own curiosity, but maybe you find it interesting as well. No pair, there you go. That's the one I was looking for. And no, can we have no flush? Oh, I guess rainbow, yeah, we can just go with a... Let's go with that. That's good. Rainbow, right? Wait, that doesn't work. Why not? I don't think understanding GTOs at all. Sparku. Hey, Sparku, good to see you. I would modify that slightly. I would... Oh, there you go. Gorski, thank you very much. You're all kinds of helpful, man. Hey, Sparku, it's nice to see you back here. How have you been getting on? I would modify that statement. I would say it's definitely necessary to play GTO, which is basically never really necessary unless you play against the solver. But understanding it, I think, is valuable. But yes, yeah, you know, if you phrase it like that, if you said necessary, then I think that's a good point. So we bet with the set and the nut flush blocker. That's at a decent frequency. Sometimes we don't. So there's some mixing going on here, which I'm just gonna attribute to solver voodoo. What's the exact board? King queen 8. Okay. Just gonna scroll through really quickly. So the king. So okay, that was just for my own curiosity, basically. No, I don't. I don't indeed don't want to close it. Okay. Then let's check out the same spot, right? Okay, how do we set up a new one? Hang on. Oh, new situation. There you go. Duh. Okay, the same thing. Okay, now we can go back. Okay, cool. So let's use the same positions. Hang on, let me just see if I missed anything. B. Dornan. Was that a syntax thingy there? Otherwise, I'm not quite sure what it refers to. Right, so this time we're gonna be... what did you, Jubilee, what did you suggest? 3-bet pot? No, we're calling, okay, in a single raise pot. So this guy bets, we call. Oh, it's actually the same situation we had before. And we had the king queen 8, I believe. And this time we are going to be on the button here. Bet sizes stay the same. Do you want to use the same buckets? I guess we could. What was it? Flush, not the nut flush though. Set. Pair, top pair. 2 pair, 3 pair. Top pair, top kicker, because the top kicker could be the ace of spades sometimes. Calling a pot raise in position pre-flop, yeah. Thank you, Shugle, for reiterating. Gorski, hey, you've been all tons of help. Thank you for showing up, man. Maybe we'll see each other some other time. Be crush. Swaku, yeah, can't argue with any of that. A good point. Sorry. The poll wasn't up. Now it's up. So, option is 1 for check or 2 for bet. With the second nuts. Good way. I think it's supposed to be the baseline you build your strategy upon. I think GTO is really helpful for me personally when it comes to pre-flop hand selection. Obviously also for post-flop decisions, but yeah, taking population tendencies and individual player tendencies into account, as Walker says, is what allows you to crush. That sounds good to me. So, do we check or do we bet with the second nuts? I'm gonna do what I personally always do, which, or mostly, maybe not always. If in your base, yeah. And that's where GTO shines. It is perfect to provide that base. But it's not supposed to be stuck to. And it is a bet with the second nuts, alright. So I'm not gonna put the poll up for all of these where I think they're gonna be straightforward. Sometimes I'm wrong, but oh shit, here I'm wrong. Holy crap. Okay, so he checks to us, sure, yeah. Alright, that's a good point. We're in a different spot now. Still, I'm surprised by this one. Wait a minute, do we have the king 10 deuce deuce? I'm also surprised we called this, to be honest. That the solver calls this. Yeah, just gets bet a lot. So trying to take it down right now. And we block top set. Alright. Profit, making big hero calls on the river. Sparku. Now that is an awesome tagline, to be honest. And it is something I would do well to remember more often. That is a nice little line there, Sparku. I appreciate that one. So, oh, sorry, better just go. Any of you have any comments about why this is a bet? I just think this makes a good bluff, right? We block some stuff and just try to take it down once. Or is there, do you guys feel there's anything more to this? Go to the next one in the meantime. Holy shit, this is like the muddle out of a hand. Be shocked if we check this one. So you bet the nut flush. Checked us, we're probably gonna bet the set. No, we don't. Okay. Interesting. And we do it with... the solver does it with the 10 of spades, basically, as a sort of randomizer, I guess. Okay. Personally, I would have bet it, but apparently that's not the way. So, do we bet a flush like this? This one I'm going to open up to the poll, since I don't know, I'm not sure. If check two, Checking set on monoboard if there's no flush blocker with it, yeah. And even with a flush blocker, there's some checking going on here. Top set, yeah. So not with the deuce, but with oh, I guess the 10 is the 10 and the deuce are the only other spades we can have, yeah. I'd bet it if check 2, I guess. And actually, no, I don't. Yeah, I'll take it back. I think I'll check. Yeah. I just don't think it's a hand that we want to go for the previous one. I mean, where we were going to go for 3 streets. Here, sometimes there's a bluff, maybe? Yeah, all right. I should have. Man, I was pondering if I should put up the poll for this one. All right. Oh, we can just use this, right, for the suit variations. Where is it? To get in the habit of doing that. And here we can also filter for the frequency. That's nice. So which one don't we bet? Basically the one without the spade or the one without the mate flush. Okay. The one with the mate flush. We also check. When checked into, yeah, Jugal, yeah. Good point, Jugalet. So I'm gonna put up the poll for this one as well. Maybe this is gonna remain true here as well. I'm starting to think it will be. So I'm gonna go for the bet. No, this one gets checked. I wonder. We'll see, with the nut flush we bet sometimes. And that's it. I do find it interesting that we... Hang on. That we bet way more often if we have another... if our flush features another high card. And the frequency drops if our nut, we still have the nut flush in both cases, but if we have the 3 accompanying us. Just check here. Don't really have any idea why. We not bet the second nut flush. Well, let's find out. Hang on. Sorry, I thought Lily was trying to come in. All right, let's do a few more. I think we're gonna see a... What's the second flush? Yeah, there's gonna be a few coming up. So if check 2, I think we're gonna check this one as well. Yep. With 2 pair. Lily not around. No, she's cheating on me. She is a really democratic cat. We've never had a family cat like her. She divvies up her time between all of us and spends some time with all of us. I think it's quite neat. I do have the mastermind account, Sparko. I have just been made aware of the Crushing Micro series. Somehow that flew under my radar. I haven't watched it yet. Actually, thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna open up this one to a poll with top 2 and the flush. Actually, I think it's gonna be a bet, but I'm curious to see what you guys think. And also if I'm correct. Yeah, I still do, Sparku. I still actually enjoy, due to the kindness of Jane Anders and the Mastermind, I do enjoy free access still to it. Which is very nice of those gentlemen. Okay, let's go with the bet here. No! Swaker, thank you very much. Thank you. I started playing PLO 20 again, but I'm not sure if I'm at PLO 20 to stay yet. I might temporarily move back down to PLO 10 again. And yeah, Thank you for that. I hope so too. I will strive to put the work in. Which I mean, it's no surprise that I couldn't really grow and move up in stakes since I didn't study the last year basically at all. That's not true. I did a lot of studying with the matrix at runtime, but that's only pre-flop stuff. So yeah, cannot blame anyone but myself. Which is a nice spot to be in because then I know what to change. If I have to blame the dealer every time, then I can't do anything. Check the flop, intend to check out the turn. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna copy this one and call, hang on, call turn question and check this out in, we can check this spot out in the Visions for one of the next streams. Istov Jung, it is good to see you, man. Yeah, you're right. If he bets the turn, we're probably just gonna call. Unless obviously it's a king or a queen. So we have the set. We are now. Oh, I need to update the study spot thingy, which is pretty much invisible due to this being here anyway. Where's this thing? Since right now we are. In position. There you go. Was just a delay? Yeah, the study streams are refreshing in that regard. Sugule, I'll be here for a while longer. No worries. To set the flush, I hope there's not going to be a surprise here. It's just going to be bet 100% of the time. Same here with the set. Very much the same here, I would assume. Two pair and a flush card. I'm gonna open up this one to the poll. I have an idea what I would do. Here's to see if it's gonna be correct. So if you want to participate in the poll options are 1 check or 2 bet, and you just type 1 or 2 in the chat, and your vote will get counted. Hey Jeff, welcome back, Snowman. Welcome back. Yeah, but personally I'm gonna go with the bet here as well. Let's do that. No. All right. See if there are any suit variations we want to bet. Nope. Can we have a flush here? No. No, we can't. So yeah, just 100% check. I would have bet here as well with the 10 of spades and. Gee, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know what I would have done at runtime. I would have voted for the bet. I'll be honest. Anywho. Nut flush, I assume we bet. Again, we are in position. It's a single raise part. Cutoff versus button. You can see it on the bottom of the screen as well. Oh, okay. This one we check because we just have... because we have 3 spades, I think making it less likely we're going to get called by another flush. And we also block top set, block straight draws for what it's worth, which is probably not a huge factor on this board. But interesting nevertheless. Yeah. Better at a very high frequency if you actually have the nut flush. And again, it is an interesting pattern that if we, like, it seems to be sort of a, like a randomization thing the solver does that, like we have the nut flush here, we have the nut flush here with the ace jack and here with the ace 9. The ace-9, i.e. the second flush card being lower, also significantly lowers the betting frequency in solver land. Whereas if the second card is higher, the betting frequency is higher. We've seen that over a few hands now, and I find that interesting. King 8, these are the ones that are interesting to me. I'll put it up to a poll, see if maybe you find them interesting too. If we ever bet here. Personally, I'm gonna go with the bet. Sparku, very, very happy to take you up on that. Do I have you on Discord? Are you on my Discord server by any chance? Do I have you on Discord, Sparku? Right, at some point, Reg, yeah, right? That's my approach as well. Cheers, Swaku. Thank you for DMing me. Alright, I'm gonna go with the bet, and that is 100% wrong. I guess there are gonna be suit variations we're gonna bet. Yeah, and that's the one with the nut flush. At a low frequency here, though. With 2 pair. Yeah, sure, okay. Nice, King 10-3 with a low spade. I'm gonna put the poll up. I'm not gonna leave it up for too long, but I have a feeling of what it's gonna be, but I'm curious. Actually, you know what? Let's put this one out of the way. I'm gonna put it out of the way for me as well. Just because I don't want to see the things that are wrong, because we could go through all the ones we did wrong, and I don't want to have the answers staring me personally in the face there. We're just gonna remove that. Is the film gonna go with a bet? Yeah, that's why I put it up. I wonder if with a spade we have a bet here. Maybe with the 10 of spades, not the 3. Let's see. I'm gonna go with a bet as well, which is not what the solver would do. Okay, with the flush, and that's it. And again the same pattern. We bet way more. Not we bet. We bet when checked way more with 2 high flush cards. If it's a nut flush and another high card, and then a nut flush and a low card. Your server's broken, mate. Direct all your concerns at mastermind.com. They're so looking forward to them. No, please don't. Alright, gonna go through a few of these without a poll. I think this is gonna be a check. It's not a hand we're gonna go for 3 streets with. This one... Interesting. This one I'm gonna put up. I know what I would do. And I wonder if having a pair makes a difference. We're gonna dive in, check that out in a moment as well. I could have just read bet jam, and there would have been a reasonable chance I could have guessed that was you, Ruklas. Good to see you, mate. How's it going? You're still streaming? If so, guys, if you want to see another round of one a PLO streamer who plays higher stakes than I do, check out the Ruklas. Streaming tonight. Oh, coming here to advertise your stream. I see how it is. Oh, no. Yeah, I forget that I have no delay. You already heard me talking about your stream. I take it back. The chime at the moment will be there. No, it's all good, Ruklas. Gotta just teasing you. All right, we have mostly bets here. I think this is gonna be a bet as well. I do wonder if having the king makes any sort of difference here. Spades. Let's say 9, deuce, deuce. What was it? What did we have? Yeah, we had a pair in our hand, so that sounds good. Apply the filter and... Oh, we only show up with the have... we only show up with... Wait, what? Yeah, okay, I get it, okay. So it does make a difference, just 100% bet. What's up, fisherman? All is good, man. I'm not a fisherman. I'm a non-catching fisherman this year. At least during the fishing invasion, we already caught some zander. 4, I think it's gonna be a check. Bandana flush. Yeah, go through some of these quickly. Pattern here. The lower flushes are not hands. We're gonna want to go for 3 streets, so those get checked a lot. I wonder if sometimes, like, one of these is used as a bluff here. I'm gonna put this one up to a poll since I never know. Just a quick one though. I'm not gonna leave it up for too long, but I personally would check. Maybe. Volcan Feather. Hey, thanks for joining. Maybe it makes a somewhat okay bluff. Blocking a pair, blocking a straight draw, which again is not hugely meaningful here, I would assume, on a monotone board. Oh, by the way, feel free to shoot me a suggestion for another board. The stream is going to go on for like another 20-30 minutes, and we're going to check out a different board soon, different post-flop situation. The theme today is c-betting post-flop, or betting post-flop in general. It doesn't need to be a c-bet. If there's a board, if there's a post-flop situation you're interested in, let me know, and I'll do my best to set it up. Fisherman. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so everybody checking here as... And this is indeed a bluffing spot, all right. So... good for me to put it up for in the first place, I guess. Yeah, just a hand to solver loves to bluff. Cool. Nut flush is gonna be a bet. Also interesting, so I'm gonna put this one up as well. I wonder if this is different, if the solver maybe doesn't want to bluff here, since we do have a bit more, quite a bit more equity than on the other hand. Right, we're not up against the flush, obviously. Just going with check. If you don't want to write it out, you can just put 1 or 2 for the options, check or bet in the chat, but writing it out works as well. Yeah, it counted already. You can put check or bet in as well. Everybody checks here. And if it turns out to be a check, do you guys think that that's the reason? As opposed to the previous hand where we had, you know, bupkis basically, which we used as a bluff. Do you think that the reason that we actually have equity here is, yeah. Betting seems fine. Probably bad law. bad jam, huh? Yeah, but maybe this one sucks a bit more to get raised off of. We have a blocker! I think you... Oh, yeah, sure. You made the cut. For a moment, I was going to say you didn't use enough exclamation marks, but you did. Good. All right. Low flush. Gonna be a check. The second nut flush, I'm going to open up this one to a poll as well. Is this a hand we want to start betting now? Do we have a blocker from the board? Yeah, we have 1 pair blocker. Wait, don't I have a bot command for that? Ah, there you go. Ruckus would start with the betting here. Second nuts. Curious. Not Ruckus's option is curious. I'm curious. I am gonna go with... I'm gonna go with the check. And I wonder if having the straight draw on the pair blocker makes a difference. I think I want to check that out. All right, the bets have it, so let's click the bet button, and it is indeed a check. So let's check a few. I'm curious. I want to check a few things out here about this one. Because everything is probably not that high. Yeah, you're probably right. So 10 L's and then 6, 7. Let's go with now that no, we don't have a pair with that. Oh, we don't show up with that one, huh? I guess 9, 7 maybe. Yeah. So this time with this one we don't have a pair from the board. Let's bet with triple spades, okay. So then it's very mixed. Probably more often. Yeah. And if we do have 3 spades, we basically bet 100%. Let's just round up these 80% to 100, make it easier on ourselves. But for reference, we also should check out this specific hand and see, because we don't see any mixing here right now, because we set it up like that. So that would be the 10 of hearts. And there's one more thing I want to check out about this hand afterwards. The 8 of diamonds and the 7 of spades. And there's no mixing going on with that hand. It's 100%. And one last thing I want to check out. Let's say we... what hand would we show up with? Let's say we don't have the open ender on top. It's probably maybe with the ace, the jack of spades. I mean, with that we have a gutter. Yeah, which is probably different enough. What was the 5, 6 here? Yeah. So this one gets checked as well. So the straight draw is apparently not as much as a factor as the pair. We're not having the pair made this more mixed. And we're betting a little bit more, right? Because we're unblocking pairs. The straight draw not nearly as meaningful. Like there's a tiny bit of mixing going on. Okay, cool. That's what I wanted to check out. Good EV, it's the same. That's yeah, good point. All right. Okay, let's actually go through the rest of them relatively quickly, and then check out the ones we had wrong. This one I need to put up to the poll again. I'm not sure. It's a 50 figure user randomizer. Yeah, sure, fair enough. By the way, if you need a randomizer for, if you don't have one on you, or don't have one installed or anything like that, if you need a randomizer for 50-50 spots, you can just check the time, either the minute, if it's an odd number or an even number, it's one or the other, or, the same with the seconds, if you need more fine-grained. Small tip on the side. Bet size 50%, yep, that's what the solver would do. So it's probably one. I don't know, I could see it being a bet. Is she gonna go with the bet? Nope. Any suit variations that change this? Yeah, obviously having the flush. Again, same thing. two high spades gets bet a lot, with a low spade and a nut flush gets bet very infrequently. That's an interesting pattern to pick up on and to see reinforced. Now this one I think is going to be different. I'm going to put it up to a poll as well. I think this one's going to be a bet. What was the last one we had? The last one was... What was the last one? Ace, King, Jack 6. So there we had a spade blocker. Nope. Check as well. Okay. Queens. The set here. The set in position. So the set out of position gets checked 100%. Let's see what it is in position. Jugule, you would have chosen wisely with the check. Ito's Poker, good to see you here. We're saying 1/4. Brazam, good to see you. Hey, thanks for joining, man. Alright, so mostly bets this time around, and I'm gonna go with no, it's a check. You don't like to play these sizes. Actually, that's one major part for me today, since after the Othello stream, I mentioned it before, I was very confused about the sizes. So if you have a spade, it sometimes gets bet, but at a low frequency, so 100% check here in position. Interesting, and this is not... It's obviously a check now. I would have bet, I'll be honest. Is top set gonna make a difference? Gonna put up the poll as well. Easy to say afterwards, right? Yeah. The beauty of life. No matter what happens, you'll always find somebody afterwards who knew it was gonna happen. Oh, I know. I knew that was doomed from the start. What a dickhead this is, Ruthless. Hey, your words, not mine. And they wouldn't be my words. You're a nice guy. So, I am again gonna go with the bet because we have top set, man. We also have an open-ender. I wonder if the open-ender makes a ton of difference. Probably not. Nope. Check as well. Check that. So 3 pair and a flush blocker, I think. No betting seems better. Still not sure. Yeah, I would have bet too. So I think this time I have a good... I believe I have a decent idea of what's going to happen. And if you've been here from the beginning of the stream, you might too. Which is why I'm going to put this one up to a poll. Yeah, me neither, Ruklas. At runtime, I would bet it, but that's... You know, it would be stupid of me to have study streams and then just pig-headed to keep doing the same things I would have done without the study stream. So my takeaway is that I want to be checking more sets here. There's actually something I'm going to ask Stello about, since I believe he had different advice. Be curious about that. No idea what Solver does with 50% sizing, but small can't be bad. Yeah. I am going to go with the bet here as well. 3 pair, we've seen it earlier, 3 pair on a monotone board gets bet 100%, and that was without a flush blocker. This time we have a flush blocker and an open-ender on top. I think it's going to be a bet. Over bet frequency is? I don't know what the over bet frequency is right now. I not sure I can find out in the bucket tool. Sorry, it's not called a bucket tool anymore. The PLO. Anybody know? Can I find out the general frequency, betting frequency for this flop? I know I could envision. No, it's a check. What the fuck? So out of position, this was a fucking hell. Hang on, I need to take a screenshot of this one. Bet out of position. Yes, pre-flop. Aggro. Yeah. On this board, Eidos Poker. Yeah, I understand. I know that I can see that in the in visions. I'm not sure if I can see it here. I honestly don't know. But I'll maybe I can. I'll make a note and I'll try to figure. We'll check it out in one of the next streams when we're going to be using visions. So I think out of position this was a bet always, but yeah, I'll take a note. I'll make a note and check this out later. So the set, not gonna use a poll here since all of these were checked behind so far. The low flush is not gonna go for 3 streets. It's gonna check as well. The nut flush blocker is probably gonna bet here always. The nut flush is also gonna bet here always. Gonna be a check here. We're gonna go through the rest of them really quick. This I'm gonna put up to a poll since it might be a bluffing spot. I think this might make a fine bluffing hand. Pair from the we block a pair. We block kings and queens by extension a little bit. I'm not. This is something I sometimes think. I'm not like. What do you guys feel? Do you think there's any validity to that? What I mean is, we block like king jack and queen jack, which again on a monotone board not hugely meaningful, not hugely impactful. But do you think in general, generally speaking, like on a rainbow two-tone board, that there's merit to that? Blocking things by proxy. Jubilee saying I bluff on third. Yeah. That doesn't sound horrible either. All right, let's see. It is 100% checked. Solver doesn't use this one as a bluff. I wonder if there's any suit variation where it does. Yeah, with a spade, basically. Aruglas, that's a good point, yeah. Why does it say Cbet? Where does it say Cbet? Oh, yeah, there. That's a good point, yeah. Those Germans always figuring out the nitty-gritty details. Top set's gonna be a check. Top two. This one is a bet. Okay, I'll almost put it up to a poll. Action versus check, yeah. You're right. All right. Anything interesting about suit variations here? Nope. Just 100% betting there. And I think now Lily's wants to come in. Hang on. Oh, I'm gonna feed Lily and put this one up to a poll. Mounts, you. Else? So what's happening in chat in the meantime? I don't know if you can hear purring. She was tiny last time you looked. She is growing steadily and quickly. All right, let me catch up with the chat. So I guess update, we're not going to go through a different spot after all. I think it's going to take too long. I noticed like a study stream, 2 hours max. After that, my ability to take a knowledge drops off steeply. So we're going to go through the rest of this one. I didn't even start the poll there, I'm sorry, but everybody went with check. And that is a thing. Let me catch up with the chat really quickly. I'm gonna put this one up to a poll. Maybe the top 2 we bet here without a flush blocker. Do we bet top and bottom with a flush blocker? And in the meantime, I'll catch up with the chat. Sense to bet. Straight versus a factor sometimes. It certainly is, Eidos. I've checked out a few spots earlier, and it seems I checked for exactly that. I don't know if you were here for that. And it seems on the monotone board, the flush draw doesn't. It makes a tiny difference. It makes a difference, but a pretty small one. I think we had a spot where we 100% checked with the straight draw, and if we took away the straight draw with a very similar hand, otherwise, we went from 100% checking to 91% checking. I don't think checking back king queen. No, that's not a big deal. I don't think so either. Maybe with a pocket pair realizability sucks, or it's kind of a value bluff king. Yeah, I think it's like it's the rarely seen beast of a value bet bluff. The one Valentine. Hey. Thanks for joining. So we have one bet and a lot of checks. I am gonna go with the check, actually. I wouldn't be shocked either way. It is a check, okay. This one I didn't put up to the poll. So this one is just a straight up bluff here, blocking top set. And, you know, having no turn cards to look forward to, basically. And this is true for all the combinations here that don't have spades. What I find interesting about that hand, now that I notice it, remember, it's a spot where the cutoff opened and we on the button call. I would not have called this hand pre-flop, personally. Up until now. So we should be through here quite quickly, quite soon. Then we're going to go through the ones that we did wrong and then call it a stream. Low flushes get checked all the time. Top set with a flush blocker. I think we've seen it by now that there's a lot of checking going on here. Fucking hell, the one time I don't put up the poll for one of those where I think it might be useful. Again, let's check out the suit variations. With a spade and the frequency drops. We still employ a mixed frequency with the top set here. But it ceases being mixed if we either have a flush or if we have a flush blocker. Okay. This one I'm going to put up to a quick poll as well, because I'm not sure myself. Seems really light. It does, right? It does. I don't think it's a hand that makes you a lot of profit. But hey, I mean, we have a double suited hand, we have a pair, we have a king, we're on the button, which is, you know, the sexiest spot to be in after all. So maybe there's some method to that madness. Everybody voting for a check, let's click that button, and everybody is turning out to be right. We've just had this hand, right? Like, are we gonna get shocked here and gonna see a check now? Okay, good. Turns out the world isn't as fucked up as it could be. Because that would have really screwed with my head. Do we want to bluff this one? What do you guys think? Eidos Poker taking the aggro route. For the record, I will too. Okay. Bluffing candidate too, huh? Jugule says. I think so. Yeah. Suit variations, anything of interest here? We check it with the flush. And we bet it with, we bet it with a single spade, and that's it. Don't bet it without spades, interestingly enough, and don't bet it with the flush. Alright, we should be through. Okay, we are through. And this is a nice little feature now that is new to me. We can see, so here it lists all the buckets that we've selected. Top pair, kicker pair, set flush, two pair. And it shows us, oh, that's actually pretty cool. That's actually neat. I like that feature. First I thought it's just like an overview or whatever. But it gives you a pointer like, okay, with two pair, I'm really, really, really wrong here. Whereas with flushes, we basically were correct almost all the time. 9 out of 10. That's cool. I like that. All right, last order of business tonight, for the study stream at least, is going to be going through all the ones we've had wrong. Just put this, where's the window for that? Restart wrong, there you go. Just need to hide the windows so I can't cheat. Okay, I'm probably gonna put up a poll for all of these, I guess. Yeah, that sounds pretty okay. Do we check or bet? So in position you're more aggressive than out of position, yeah. So do you think it is a spot you can take advantage of? You mean if this is a spot where you can take advantage of a maniac that is sitting in the cutoff? On a monotone board, probably. But you know, if you do... Lilly, was machst du da oben? Hang on. You do you, Lily. Yeah, that's just donk pot on pot, the donk pot on the flop, yeah. If you can see. On a monotone board, probably. Yeah, like these players are tough to play against. Maniac, nobody checked there, that's a good point. So, we see checks, we see bets. I think I remember, I think it was a check. No, fucking hell. Had it wrong again, huh? Yeah, so the frequency, that's the interesting part about this one. I had it the exact wrong way around in my head. If we have 3 spades, we bet 100%. If we have a mate flush here, yeah, obviously this is the spot that we've been checking out today, where we check mostly 100% with the lower flushes. This time a little bit different, since we do have the second nut. We flopped the second nut flush. So there is a betting going on here for sure. Okay. Cool. Next one. I don't think we need to poll for this one, because I'm going to put up the poll, but I'm going to make it relatively quick for those of you who haven't been here from the beginning. In position, check to our single raise pot. We are not the pre-flop aggressor. Do we bet? Do we check? I believe I remember correctly what it was. Check. Now I'm curious to see what the poll is going to show. I'm actually going to leave this up for a few seconds. Edos Poker, I know you weren't here in the beginning, but maybe Solver is in crazy mode. I think it was here. I think that was the spot where the solver just goes balls to the wall and bluffs this one. Yeah. This one, I believe... Well, I'll put up the poll, but I think we've seen by now what we are supposed to do here. It was a bit of a surprise to me. Solver confirmed. So with the top set. Midos poker with the check. I am gonna join you in that, sir. I believe check is what the solver ordered in this one. Yeah. Chukle, Brazam, all of you tooting the correct horn. This I'm gonna put up as well. But I think you might start to see a pattern here with hands like these. Fuck, now I forgot. I forgot myself. No, I think I still got it. All right, more unanimous here, and I think you guys are on the exact right track. It is indeed a bet. I don't know if suit variations made a difference here. I believe they did. We don't bet with the flush. We bet with 3 spades. Well, we don't have 3 spades here, have we? No. No. So yeah, as long as we have a spade, we turn this one into bluff. If we don't, we just give up. This one, fucking hell, what was this one? I think I remember. Jugule, yeah, I will. Later after I walk the dog, had my dinner break, like 9:30, somewhere between 9:30 and 10 German time. I'll start in the nightly cash game stream. Yeah, I think I haven't started the poll, there you go. I think I remember. So what does here? And it's actually, there's something I want to check out about this hand afterwards. So we'll do that. So I believe when this came around at runtime, I went for the bet here, and I believe, which is why this has been marked wrong, and I think all of you guys checking are right on the money. And I do wonder if the gutter makes a difference. Let's see, where's that window? Not this one. Hang on. So let's give us the ace king 9-3. Ace king, heart. You show up with this hand? Yeah, this one. Oh no, this one checks as well. So it doesn't make a difference if we have the gutter here. Okay, cool. I was just curious about that. Top 2 and the flush, I honestly don't remember. Daniel, hey, welcome. What is this program? Hey, this is it's called the PLO Trainer, and it is part of. It belongs to the. It's a program from the Mastermind, the PLO Mastermind, the Jay Hernandez training system. It's really neat. I like it a lot. And right now, it is still. I believe it's still free for Mastermind subscribers. At some point, I think it'll get charged extra, but don't quote me on that. And if you want to see how we set up spots, you can later check out the video on demand. In the beginning, I showed some like general features of the program. And you can set up pre-flop, post-flop situations, and more features to come. It is still in active development. I believe it's still in, I don't know if it's still in beta, actually. I don't know. We'll have to check up. It is, Sugarlay. I hate the delay. So everybody checks in. I believe that was, you guys are actually totally correct. And I messed it up because I clicked bet. This one also gonna put the poll up since I'm not entirely sure what this one. Honestly, this one I don't remember at all. Yeah, Jugule, I hate that the delays have to be a thing, but... Yeah, with me trying to talk about my hands and what I think about them, there really isn't an alternative to it. I could cover the cards, but then I still couldn't talk about the hand. So, yeah, it is refreshing to have a no delay stream. Agreed. So checking here, I don't remember. I'm gonna go with the check as well, and it is a check. Okay. Suit variations, I don't think, yeah, make a difference since we can't have a flush. And this one was interesting. I'm gonna put the poll up for this one. Oh, maybe I spoiled it by saying let's just set. And I will use the break to de-spamify my Nightbot. I really don't like it as spammy. Sam going for the bet. Georgie Jugule going for the check. So at runtime here, I click bet as well, since we, bet all the nut flushes here. Out or in position. And this one we check because we have 3 spades, I believe. If we make this one 2 spades, we bet it. Let me make sure of that. Ace of spades, king of spades, jack of hearts, 9 of hearts. Let's go with that, maybe. Oh, we can't have the king of spades. Yeah, obviously, duh. Oh no, that one we don't have because we... The double suited one we would just raise here. Wait, why doesn't my filter work? And what was it? Ace... Oh, we can just click on suit variations. Duh! Sorry, I'm dumb. Right, so we betted with the nut flush, we betted with at a high frequency, we betted with the blocker. Again, if we have the nut flush with the lower side card of our hand, we betted way less frequency, actually check it mostly. And that's it, okay. So it is the 3 spades that makes a lot of difference here. Turns this into a check. Just because it makes it less likely our opponent has a spade as well. Or has, yeah. Another thing to lead, yeah. Remember, we're not leading, we're in position here, but yeah, your point still stands. But the 2 nutter part isn't a problem. We do bet a lot of nut flushes, as you saw. I think the 3 spades is the issue here. King 8. Gonna put up the poll for this one as well. We're almost through this one. Through the stream, but need to balance your checking range also. That's all, yeah, that's an excellent point, yeah. Protecting even your checkback range needs some protection, yeah. Zam leading out with the bet, and I believe it was too. No, so we had this one wrong. And this one is a check with top and bottom. I think top 2 we bet. And if you have the nut flush, you bet it sometimes. Okay. Do we bet this one? It was, Julie. Thanks for joining. Hope it was useful to you. Did we bet this one? Did we check this one? I think we betted. No, so this one I had wrong as well. Check out any suit variations. Yeah. Again, a high card with the nut flush gets bet high frequency. Low card with the nut flush. Lower frequency. I believe this one was a bluff. This one, I'm gonna put the pull up for this one as well because I don't entirely remember. It's a pair blocker. I don't remember. Sash, KK, thank you very much for the follow. Cheers. I think so. Yeah. This one was a bet, I believe. No, this one was a check. Right. The fact that we had this one wrong should have clued me in. Yeah, it's just not a combo. For the record, I think betting this as a bluff is not horrible. The solver just use... the solver certainly has similar hands that it bluffs here. Just follows different randomization rules, I guess, that are made up for itself. If that makes any sense. It's king 3-3. I think this one was a... yeah, this one was a bet. No, fucking hell. So I should have put polls up for these, huh? Again, we've seen the solver bet really weak hands here. So, but it does want to have a spade to bet at 100% with the ace or the high frequency with the low spade. Queen I9, that was a check. Remember that. The top set was a check as well. Top 3 in position. Out of position, this was a bet. In position, this was a check. Out of position, it was a C-bet. Sorry, not a donk. It was a C-bet. In position, it is a bet. We're not the preflop aggressor here. Sorry, in position was a check. I think I might have misspoken here. The solver, I believe, did use this one as a bluff. No? Okay. Again, you know, using these as a bluff, I don't think is a big deal. The solver has plenty of has some bluffs here, and you know, if it just follows its own set of guidelines as to what to use as a bluff. So I don't think this is a big deal. Top 2, I'm going to put this one up. I don't quite remember. Maybe you don't either. There's Sam gone with bet. Oh, I didn't even start the poll. I'm sorry, but I counted your vote in my mind. Okay, top 2 is a bet. I think this one was a bluff as well. Yep. Top set with a spade. Okay, now I'm actually gonna start the poll for a change. Click the right button. Did the spade make it a bet? I think it does. Yeah. And that's it. We still have some wrong, but it's looking way better now. Top pair, top kicker is something we should be looking into. I like this one. I like this summary here. This is neat. Is this line, if anything, any functionality here? No, doesn't look like it. Double click. Oh, I can. Oh, that's awesome. You can double click into that too, and then you see all the wrongs you did. Oh, you see it for the entire category. You see it for the entire bucket. So it doesn't matter if you click into the red or the green part. And you see the exact hands that you trained and the ones you still have wrong. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for tuning in this is it for the study stream for tonight. I'll be back somewhere between 9:30 and 10, which is roughly 2.5 to 3 hours from now. Yeah. Actually, a little less than that, 50 minutes less. So then I'll be back with a regular playing stream. Tomorrow I'll take a break, and for the rest of the week, except for Friday, more study streams coming up. If you have things you want to study, either in the bucket tool or in Visions, if like certain spots, maybe certain hands you had in the past, then feel free to send them to me on, or send me your suggestions on Discord, and I'll see what I can do for one of the future streams. So thanks for joining. If you want, tune in back in later. Oh, hang on, we should actually raid somebody, right? Let's see if someone is on. All right, let's head over to Arukla, see what he's doing. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. And let's check out Aruklas, who is playing more PLO, I assume. All right, cheers. Okay, gonna wait for these few seconds to tick down, and then we're gonna head over. Yeah, see you later tonight. Thanks for joining.